Welcome back to my channel. For this video is that I feel like 99% of YouTube videos on dating in Colombia are inaccurate. They're either hypersexualizing the women to get clicks and views, which I think is really disgusting, or it's the guys that really don't have a lot of game and keep exaggerating the amount of women that they get, which I also think is very cringy. I wanted to do something a little more honest, and to do that I brought in my YouTuber friend Life with David. So if you guys don't know him, he does a lot of long form videos, pretty much like tours around the city and the neighborhood. I know a lot of my subscribers have asked me to do videos and tours of the streets and stuff, but I feel like David could do it a lot better. So if you're looking to see what Medellin is really like, I would definitely check out his channel. But the reason why I'm having him come in today is because he's been dating a Colombian for over 2 years and he's been here for 4. So I feel like he has a very good perspective on what dating is really like in Colombia. Actually, he's here. Let me get him one second. Damn, who's that handsome man? Woo! Where are you gonna put your bike, bro? Let's get started.
Alright, so you wanted to tell me the questions?
Well, no, I think we should just do it like
Alright,
free
and
flow.
I'll be honest.
First one is, why'd you pick Medellin above the other cities?
First of all, how did I get to Colombia? My friends are from here, and the wife was always posting pictures on Facebook of Medellin and Colombia and stuff, how beautiful it was, and she's from Medellin. And at that moment, I was actually in the process of changing my business from a normal traditional business to virtual. And that was a very easy thing of me. Instead of using my cell phone to call clients, I got a VoIP number, internet phone, and I was calling clients for that. So now with the VoIP phone, all I needed was access to internet. So that was opening me to anywhere in the world. And at the same time, seeing these pictures of Medellin, how beautiful it is.
Yeah, of course.
And I started researching, and I started looking at, even I did some research on YouTube, found some YouTubers out there filming it and stuff and talking about it in Colombia. And I'm like, you know what? Let me go give it a shot. So I came to Medellin first because that's what I knew, from the Facebook pictures and everything. And everybody was saying Medellin was the place to be. Medellin's the best. This, that, and that. But I said, okay, let me go check it out. But at the same time, I don't like taking people's word for it.
You wanted to go see for yourself.
100%. So I spent like the first, I would say, month here in Medellin or so. And then after that, I traveled around Colombia. I went to like the major spots. Also, I went to a place called Pereira, which is known as like the tiny Medellin.
Yeah, I've heard. So I heard like Pereira, Manizales, y Armenia también. They're like
the triangle. That's the coffee triangle. So Medellin is compared to Pereira and also Bucaramanga sometimes. Okay. So I said, well, if that's the tinier version of Medellin's awesome. Let me go check it out. So I spent 2 weeks in Pereira.
Did you like it?
No.
No.
Because I made the mistake of when I rented an Airbnb, the guy put the description, stay in the best location of Pereira, stay in the most high class location. Well, I didn't know that. What does that mean? That means that's where the rich people live. And what does that mean? That means mostly rich people have vehicles and it's built around owning a vehicle. So where I was living was a beautiful apartment, beautiful view and everything, but it wasn't walkable. I mean, I walked it, but I literally had to walk down this super steep hill to get to like where the main stuff was happening. And when I go home, walk back up.
Dude, that's rough. Yeah.
Was
there like a bus or anything that you could take to go down there?
There was, but it wouldn't pass that long. I don't want to wait. I mean, it wasn't that far of a walk. It was like maybe a 15-20 minute walk, but I hike up the mountain, so I didn't want to spend the money.
Hey man, that's the real fucking Colombian workout, bro. Every day, dude.
And also I try to save money as much as possible. So if I can walk, I'm not going to pay for a taxi, even though the taxi's super cheap here.
Yeah, that's true.
But I spent 2 weeks there. Pereira is a great town. I think it's great if you know people because it's one main street and then downtown, and there's not much going on unless you know people.
And that's what I heard. I heard like it's nice to go, especially like if you want to go out. But if you're there for a long period of time, it's the same people that go out, so you run into the same people.
Right.
Yeah. Is that true?
I don't know. I was only there for 2 weeks.
For sure. Okay. Cool. So how did you end up here? Why?
After traveling around, made me come back. Well, I traveled around, went to other cities. I went to Manizales. I went to Bogota, I went to Cartagena, I went all around, like most places, except for, I haven't been to Cali yet because Cali's known to be hot and I'm from Houston, Texas, and I'm done with the heat. But what I saw in other areas of Colombia compared to Medellin, what I like, Medellin was best for me because, why? I find it more organized.
Absolutely.
I find it cleaner.
Yeah.
It seems like the government's investing in the city.
Yeah, right. It's a good balance of like developed, but also it's still grounded. It's not like a European, like a Germany or something, right?
Or the States.
Exactly, right.
Yeah, so it's not too perfect, but it's perfect enough. Also, the poverty here is not as extreme as in other places.
Right.
I've been in other countries where little kids come and ask for money, and that breaks my heart. I mean, I know it's the truth of life, and it happens.
Hey, bro.
But it's hard to see all the time. So here, there is poverty, but you know, at least when someone comes, it's a grown person asking for money.
And a lot of times they'll be selling something, or they'll be singing, or they'll be like tossing stuff. You know.
Sure.
I feel like it's a little more common that people, I guess. It sounds really bad, but like they try to earn donations, you know, rather than just like sitting there. There's still those people too, but a lot of times people are like offering something. You know?
Sure, and I actually showed that on my channel a few times where at the stoplights here, they're actually ex-circus performers that will go and like they'll do tightrope walking, they'll juggle fire, they'll do all kinds of crazy stuff. So I filmed that a few times for my channel and showed. And I appreciate that because in the States, most of the time it's just a guy standing there with a board and it's giving you the death stare. You know, like, you know?
Bro, and the worst is, okay, so I saw this when I was in like Italy or in Europe. When people that are begging, they have a cup with coins and they'll purposely put it out and like further than it should be, so people will kick it, you know? And I'm just
you
like...
actually saw that in person?
Yeah, I have seen that in person.
I saw it on YouTube, on another guy's channel. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
I was, like, I struggle with it because like we're so privileged that, you know, we have a house to live in, we come from the States, which is really good, the dollar's strong here. Mm-hmm. And I try to give as much as I can, but at the same time, sometimes I don't want to be bothered, you know, or if I feel like I've been scammed or tricked into donating, it's like, I'm salty about that, you know?
Yeah, so I have a friend from New York, and he has a friend who was into that, doing that stuff. Yeah. And he said to him, 80% of it is a hustle.
Yeah.
It's a hustle out there. But then there's people who need help. But the benefit about in the States is that there's so much help to be had.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Here in Latin America, I'm not really quite sure how much the government helps. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But like you said, there's a lot of people who actually do something. At least they'll even go buy a bag of mints.
Yes.
And they're carrying around the bag open. They're selling the mints.
Right.
You know, for whatever they want to sell it for. And then they say you can help out a little bit more. You know, so at least they're trying something. And actually, here's a little thing I appreciate here. People start from nothing. Like I've seen it. Like for example, the fruit people that are selling the streets. I've seen guys walking around with just like a bucket with fruit, and they're selling the fruit, and then you see like the evolution. So you see another guy, he actually, I guess I'm just assuming in my head, he started with a bucket, and then he made enough money to buy a wheelbarrow, and he made enough money to buy a push cart, and now he's made, you know, so I see that evolution, not in the same person, crazy. But I see it like in different people.
Interesting, yeah.
Or I see people who have they get an old shopping cart. And I saw this one lady, she was right below the metro station, and she was grilling meat, so she turned the shopping cart into a grill. Like into
like grilling you, like giving you shit, or grilling for you?
Grilling meat. So she turned the shopping cart into a barbecue pit. And she was grilling chicken, beef, and pork.
Yes, I have seen that. Yeah.
And like, or I've seen other people take an old baby carriage and turn it into
take an old baby. Huh? Take an old baby.
No, a baby carriage. Yeah. And turn it into some kind of thing to sell, whatever, you know. Yeah. Yeah, it's very impressive.
That's true. And the street meat, when they grill it like that, is bomb, bro. It's always so good. What was your experience being a foreigner here, right? Like, do you think that gives you more credibility? Do people like? Because I think a lot of people come here, and they think that because they're a foreigner, the women are gonna be like all over them. And that's like half true and half not true. It's half true because the people that are gonna be all over you are gonna be like pre-poggles, right? Mm-hmm. But then it's not true because like there's so many foreigners here now that it's like old news kind of. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so you're asking me what is it like being a foreigner based on like, because our topic today is about dating.
Yeah, okay. Exactly.
Okay, so about women. I think there's still the he's a foreigner, but I think that time has passed. I believe like 10 years ago, 12 years ago, when hardly any foreigners were here. Yeah. Then if you're walking down the street and you get some head turn. You know, the curiosity, especially if you look like a foreigner, you're tall, blonde, blue eyes, or you're Asian. Right. You know, me, I kind of blend in, so unless I speak.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
but you speak Spanish.
I speak Spanish, but of course with an accent, so they can tell. But now today, I think there are girls that are curious. Yeah, they probably have had experience with foreigners, but there are plenty of girls who have, and then they've already came to their decision of, you know, yes, I love foreigners, or no, they're too boring, or no, they're a little bit too cold,
or they're just looking. They just want one thing, and they just want to come, smash, and bounce. That kind of thing too.
Right. That's one. Like a good girl. If you start talking to her, she's gonna kind of ask you the questions. You know, what are you doing here? What's your expectations? How long you plan to stay?
Yeah.
You know, and if you're just here for the weekend, then that's up to her to make the decision. Okay, does she want to have fun for the weekend, or does she not
want to waste her time? Or
Yeah. Then, but here, it's pretty liberal.
Yeah.
That scene. That there's girls who are okay with that, like the weekend having fun. But if you're upfront with them, you know about it. How can I put this? I always tell people ask me. Actually, I had a friend who asked me this question. He's like, David, I'm talking to this girl. She's really pretty, this and that, but I can't see a relationship. I think she's falling in love with me. What do I do? But I wanna have, you know, still hang out with her. I said to my friend, just be honest with her. Just tell her up front that you don't want a relationship, you don't want to date, but you do want to hang out with her, and see what she says. And oftentimes, if they're cool with it, they'll say yeah, and they'll actually appreciate your honesty.
Right.
There's no need to play games here. So any like pickup artist tactics or whatever that kind of stuff going on is not needed here. It's just upfront honesty.
That's what I'm saying. I see those channels all the time, and like, cause I'm doing some research. Yeah, here in Medellín, bro. It's so cringy, and I'm just like, oh man, we need to change this, bro. We gotta fix that. So.
For sure. There's no special pickup tactics here.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to talk to a girl, you go talk to her.
Exactly.
And she'll actually talk back to you. And if she's not interested in you, she'll still talk back to you, but it'll be obvious that she's not really interested in you.
Okay.
You know?
Well, do you think they reject you nicely, or they reject you a lot nicer than the States, yeah? Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Caveat: there are good girls in the States, right? There's some decent people, decent women in the States. But what I've had experience in the States, my other friends or people I know, is you go try to talk to a girl, and right away she puts up the wall. She's like,
exactly,
get away from me, or she'll give you the cold shoulder, or whatever it is.
Right. And everything's so like tricky in the U.S. now, because you can come off like you're kind of expected to approach, but if you approach and she takes it badly, she may see it as like you being creepy, or you being sexually, like almost sexual assault kind of, you know what I'm saying? Because I've seen a lot of cases like that. You know, I've had a lot of friends back in the States where they'll talk poorly about a guy that approached them, but then the only difference between that and a guy they're actually interested in is how attractive they are. So if two guys were to take the same approach, but one's attractive and one's not, they'll think the ugly guy's creepy, but then the attractive guy is like, oh my God, I'm so glad that he did that, you know? So it's such like a toss-up. Like, you don't know how they're going to react, you know? They're going to react well or react badly, and I think that's why a lot of people are in apps now, you know?
So was those approaches done like kind of like a pickup line approach, like, you know, I can't stop thinking of you because of whatever stupid line?
That's a good point.
Because that could always come off creepy.
Yeah, that's
unless
true.
Like you can pull it off and be funny. But my personal belief is, even in the States and Colombia, if you like a girl, you want to talk to her, just go talk to her.
Right.
And if she doesn't want to talk back to you, if she's treating you like a jerk, or she like treats you badly, then why even
bother? Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
That's just like a flash of what could happen in a relationship with her.
Right. Exactly.
So I just carry on with my life.
Well, that's good, and at least you went for it. I think that's like, just shooting your shot, I think is super great, you know, because you just went for it. Now you know, because now for me, sometimes I'll like, if I see a girl that I think is really attractive multiple times, I'm like, fuck, should I talk to her, should I not? And it'll just keep running into my head. But if I approach her, even if she rejects me, now I know, and then I can move on to other things, and my mind won't think about it anymore.
100%. Oh yeah, 100%. Now I'll make another point based on that question you asked me about being a foreigner being here. So there is a stereotype.
Yeah.
Again, like for foreigners. My girlfriend, her mom, like her mom would tell her friends, oh yeah, my Natalia's she's dating a guy, he's from Texas, from the States, and right away they'll say, oh really? Oh, he must be cold, or he must not like to dance, or he must. And she's like, no, he's not like other foreigners.
Yeah.
He's more like Colombian.
That's funny.
Because I'm not. I think I'm Latin anyways, but I love dancing. I'm very affectionate, touchy. I'm not cold like most maybe Europeans or Americans are known to be. So that could be a stereotype that's against a foreigner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so because the Colombian guys, they love to have fun. Colombians love to have fun.
That is so true, bro. Yesterday I was trying to sleep, and these girls in the house next door were doing karaoke until like 3:30 in the fucking morning, bro.
They love having fun.
And I was just like, for me now I'm used to it because I'm like, it's just Colombia, you know. But I'm like, damn, bro. In the States, this people, they call the cops on them, you know. Yeah. But it's a part of the culture. It comes
so
with it.
Now the difference here in Colombia is you go to a bar or club, and like in the States, for example, most people go and they start binge drinking. They get trashed,
right?
Especially before they can have the courage to dance, right?
Yeah.
In Colombia, I go out to the bar or the club with my friends, and they order drinks, but they hardly touch it. I mean, there's not, it's not like a pounding fest.
Yeah.
They're mostly, the music's playing, they have the drink, they take a sip, and they go dance all night. They come back, take a sip. Yeah, like the drink's like not even really needed.
Right, yeah. Right. That's an interesting point. Yeah, I have an issue with that in the States because it feels like people drink not to have, like, people need to drink to have fun, and people drink to like binge drink. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the ways. Let's go out and get like fucked up, and I'm like, can we just go and have fun though? Like,
right.
Can we just have a couple of beers, go dancing, go to a couple bars? But yeah, I feel like, well, I was in a fraternity in college too, so so that was our thing. We just go out and get trashed, and to me, it just never made sense, you know. But okay, so how big of an impact do you think speaking Spanish has?
Okay. Yeah, so Spanish is huge in anything, dating or whatever. It helps out a lot. Even like living life here with normal people. Yeah. You can really immerse yourself into the culture because a lot of Colombians don't speak English. There are Colombians that do speak English, but a lot don't.
It's very few. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So has it helped me? 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I would agree. Like it's the same experience has been for me because obviously I stand out. So when I walk everywhere, people are always going to be looking at me, but then as soon as they hear me speak Spanish, they're like, what? You know? And they turn heads, and then they'll approach me, and they're just generally a lot more welcoming. So yeah, I totally get that. Do you think that if you're trying to date somebody here, Spanish is a requirement?
All right, so I have a friend who is with a lady, you know, he's an older guy, and he came here with no Spanish at all, and she didn't speak any English, and they've been together for like 2 years now. And he speaks Spanish but really choppy, and she speaks English but very little. But his Spanish, she understands his Spanish. It's strange. So like when they go out, he tries to speak Spanish to like someone in the store. The store owner doesn't understand him, but she'll translate in Spanish his Spanish.
So yeah, interesting.
Okay, so to answer that question, if it's a real relationship, it's a real connection. It can happen. But then
to increase your odds or your options, it's better.
It's rare. To have that situation happen is rare, but it can. To increase your chances of having a good relationship, speaking Spanish really helps. It really helps, unless the girl speaks English.
Cool. Let me see what else I got. Oh, what's that?
I hope this is my good angle.
No, yeah, you're good. All right. So I need to pause it real quick because
I think this is my better angle, but it's all good.
Do you think Colombian women are easy?
What's your definition of easy?
Like they give it up easy, I guess.
Okay, so it depends on the girl. Depends on the person. I mean, everybody's different, right? So it just depends, man, to tell you the truth. It's hard to answer. I would say that, like I mentioned before, it's more liberal here. It's more open.
Right. Oh, tell me about, you were saying that how people in the States, they only have sex like twice a year, but then Colombia women, they think that's like a travesty.
Okay, so here. All right, guys. Apologize about this.
I know
if it's not true for your situation, then we totally understand. All right, but this is what I've been told, hearsay. All right. So anyways, we're talking about marriage. So for example, in marriage, I have a friend who has a bunch of friends, like they're all in their 40s, whatever. Yeah. And he told me, low key, that he has a bunch of his friends complain that, with their wife, they might get it like maybe 2 or 3 times a year. Yeah. Some people are even extreme, like on their birthday, kind of special occasion.
Yeah, right.
And I'm not sure if it's 100% true. It might be over exaggerated. But when I told my girlfriend, her mom, I told my friends here, our girls, that I'm like, because I'm a curious guy and I like to ask silly questions and find out what their thoughts are.
Right.
And their first response was, "Are you serious?"
Yeah.
That little time. So, sex here, it happens. But this is like in the concept of marriage, right?
Right.
Now, in the concept of before being married, like dating, it just depends who you're with. So there's some girls who are just free and they want to, they're okay with it. Other girls, like my girlfriend, she's not that way, you know.
Right.
I would say she's totally opposite. So, you know, I actually had to pursue her and you know, that kind of traditional way. Yeah,
of course, cool.
So, just depends.
That's fair. So that leads me to, I want to talk about our Colombian stereotypes, Drew, because I think you're a great person to talk about this because your girlfriend is like the complete opposite of all the traditional Colombian stereotypes.
All right, tell me a stereotype and I'll tell you.
Like super jealous, very passionate, como very clingy, you know.
Oh Lord, okay.
I think those are the main ones, right? Yeah.
All right, so super jealous. Okay, first of all, so stereotypes are there for a reason because there is truth behind it.
True. Yeah,
right?
sure.
Like in the States, we have stereotypes about us, and there's truth about that.
Hey,
right?
man, there's stereotypes about Asians that I totally think are true as well.
So yes, there's a lot of girls here that can be very jealous, and they'll openly say they're jealous. You know, I've had conversations with girls here, and they say, "Yeah, I'm jealous." You know.
Yeah.
But my girlfriend is not jealous at all. She totally trusts me, 100%. Like, and I trust her. I'm not the jealous type either, because there's guys who are super jealous as well.
That's true. Yeah.
You know. So,
do you think that jealous guys attract jealous girls?
No, because I've been with a jealous girl.
That's fair.
Right, but so that first stereotype, yes, there's truth behind it, but there are girls who are not jealous. I have a few girlfriends or friends who are girls who are not the jealous type, or Colombian.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can find that. Now the super clingy, again, my girlfriend's not clingy at all. You know, it's like I'm here with you, and she's like whatever. Like she's not always on top. Like where you at? You know, no. She's fine. She's cool.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah, she's real laid back. And what was the other stereotype?
Clingy, no, jealous, and passionate.
Okay. Yeah, so there are passion. So yes, there's jealousy, there's clinging, there's passion. And Colombian girls, I would say, compared to the majority, compared to American girls, yes,
absolutely,
a lot more passionate. Yeah, so I'll just leave it at that.
For sure. That's cool, bro. You don't gotta air your dirty laundry, bro. It's
Yeah.
cool. What would you say is the best way to meet women here?
Okay. I've always said this, and I always thought this. And when I first came, I got on Tinder, I got on those application stuff, and had my experience with that. But I believe the best way to meet girls here is get involved in groups.
Yeah.
Get involved with people, meet friends. Anything that you like, you enjoy doing something, whether it's dancing, whether it's learning languages, whether it's
What was that? The vinyl thing group that you told me about, or?
All right, so I was walking around in Envigado is a neighborhood here in Medellín, and I was doing my film, one of my films, and I passed this building that had a sign that said I forget what it said in Spanish. It was basically like a group for vinyl lovers, like music lovers of vinyl.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that they just meet up and they listen to old music.
Right. Yeah.
So there's a group for everybody. Let's see, what was like in the sports? If you like sports, you have the Estadio, to where you can do from fencing to badminton to
That's true, huh?
boxing to
basketball. They have a whole gymnastics gym there too. It's crazy.
all those sports. So there you meet friends, and then you go out with those friends, and those friends have friends. And
Right.
and tell you the truth, most Colombians make relationships in that way, through friends and going out with friends.
Perfect. I'm glad you said that. I was gonna bring that up because I'm very curious to how well the cold approach works, right? Because you had an experience with that really hot girl. She turned out to be super high maintenance, but I feel like, from my experience, you know, when you go out, a lot of Colombian girls are in groups, you know, and it's very hard to approach them cold approach. Like, they kind of have to know you, or there has to be some point of contact, which is why I think joining groups is a really good thing,
100%.
because there's like this already built-in trust and their guard is down. But if they get cold approached, I feel like their guard is up.
So when I first came, I did do cold approaches, and I did several actually, and most of them were kind of shocked, and kind of like I could tell they were nervous the whole time that I was talking to them.
Of course, yeah.
Like, what's this dude want? You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But one time I approached this one girl. She was very beautiful, and she actually gave me her number because she said, if you're courageous enough to approach me and talk to me, I'll give you my number and go out.
Yeah.
Initially, she was super scared. She thought I was a mugger. You know, it's
Exactly,
like
right.
she was, you know, but then
We're in Latin America, man. Like, that's
it
kind of the norm
happens.
here.
It happens.
Yeah.
Even I've been robbed here, so I get kind of like, if two guys on a motorcycle pull up next to me, I'm like, whoa, what's going
What's
on?
up? Yeah.
Right. So, what was I gonna say? Cold approach can work. And I'd say if you see a girl, if you're at the mall and you see a girl that's pretty and you have the balls to go walk up to her, go do it and talk to her, you know. But no need for pickup lines. Just say, hey, how you doing? Hey, I saw you from across over here. I want to come and talk to you. My name is David.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think actually just in game in general is kind of like that, right? I think now more than ever, women appreciate honesty more than anything, and which is why I think these dating YouTube videos, these pickup line ones, are so cringy to me because. For a lot of people that have dated or in a relationships, I'm like, that's not quite how dating is, you know? Yeah, and just
one other thing I love about Colombia, and actually many other countries that's not United States. Okay, you get a girl's number, whether it's cold approach or whether it's mutual friends.
Yeah.
In the States, the rule is, I'm not sure. I'm older than you, so the rule, I'm not sure if it still applies.
Wait 2 days or something to text.
Okay.
Yeah.
The rule still applies. Wait 2 days. What the hell?
Hate that shit, bro.
Here in Colombia, if you wait 2 days to call a girl, she's gonna give up on you. She's gonna be like, well, she wasn't really interested.
Yeah.
She's expecting a call the next day, even maybe even a text the same day.
Yeah.
You know, just say, hey, it was really nice to meet you. I really enjoyed our time.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you think that Colombian girls here like to play games or not really?
In what way?
Like, you know, in the States where it's like you said, there's like a dance that you have to do with, okay, should I text them? If I text too soon, I might come off as desperate, you know, or I have to wait 2 days, that kind of thing.
Have like rules to follow?
Yeah.
No.
No.
There's no rules here.
It's just like if you're into them, you just go for it, right?
Well, there are rules, okay, but not like that. Those stupid rules that in the States it happens. But the rules like, all right, I'm a guy, she's a girl. I expect I'm gonna pay for the date. That's like the rule, but it's like much more traditional.
Yeah, that's true.
Know?
What do you think about that?
I don't mind it.
Me neither, bro.
I don't mind it at all. Now, a good girl. I don't always say good girl. There's good girls and bad girls. There's everything in between, right?
That's fine, but I think that's fair. I think that's like a good girl.
A good girl or a girl you're going out with that has interest in you. What I found was oftentimes they'll invite you for something. Like you're paying for things, but then she'll say, you know what, I'm gonna take you out. We're gonna get some ice cream, and she'll pay. She'll invite.
Oh yeah.
So that happens. So like you have to be. There are the guys who come down here, or whatever, have relationships, and it's pretty obvious that the girl's kind of is milking, right?
Yeah, of course.
Right, but
when you see a 70-year-old dude with a 20-year-old Colombian girl, it's like very obvious.
Yeah. So.
And it's very common here, I would say.
Sure.
Yeah.
So like for example, my girlfriend, we travel. But every time we travel, most of the time she wants to pay for her plane ticket at least.
Really?
She'll cover her plane ticket to go.
Yeah.
And then of course I'm paying for the hotel, but I'm gonna sleep there anyways. I'm paying for the food.
Right.
But oftentimes we share the same food. You know, it's a big portion. So I appreciate it in her because she's willing to do that, and she works too, so she does a good job.
Right. So I think my mentality on it is like it's not the amounts that matters; it's the fact that you're making an effort to pitch in, right? Because the average monthly wage here is pennies compared to what it is in the States. You know,
Sure.
It's like the average salary is like $230 a month, something like that. So, and that's how much people make in like a day or like 2 days, in the States. So, I think for me, money's not super important just in general. But if I were dating a girl, as long as she's making an effort, to pitch in, and I don't feel like I'm just carrying the whole team on my back, I'm totally cool with it. And from what I heard, they take care of you in other ways too. Like sometimes they'll cook for you, and they'll take care of you when you're feeling sick and that kind of things. Is that true? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So another thing about the pain, like my friend who is not the older guy who's in a relationship with a Colombian girl, but she's like in her late 40s, so it's not like extreme age range. When they were dating, I think, and he moved in with her, right? And she had a shower that it was only cold water.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's common here though in Colombia.
It's super common. Okay, it's very common in Colombia to take cold showers, and you have to get used to it. But he didn't like it, and she saw that he didn't like it. What did she do? And at the time, I think she was in between jobs, but she took the little she had from savings, and she went and bought a water heater for the.
No way, man.
Yeah, and that just shows that it's like, wow, she's really interested in him.
Yeah.
She.
Man,
what I mean?
that I feel like that feels so good. I think it means a lot more when you don't have a lot of money and you spend, whereas if you have a lot of money and you were to spend like thousands, but it means a lot more when you don't have a lot and you give, and like that thought, like you can feel that it just feels really good.
Yeah, or she could have been like, oh, you're American, you got all money, let's go live in Poblado, or let's go live in a.
Exactly.
Let's move. You want to live with me? Let's go move to this 5-star apartment.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah. So, and I forget your question.
I mean, yeah, it's cool, bro. It's cool because like these long form discussions like this, people really like these, you know.
100%.
And-
That's what I do.
Yeah, and that's why that's why podcasts are so popular now, bro.
I do. That's what I do. Long form videos.
Okay, how is your experience with your girlfriend here different than what you experienced in the States?
Okay. All right. I'll give you some examples. So I've already mentioned about the rules and that kind of stuff. In the States, the stupid rules you have to follow and that kind of crap. And if you don't follow them, you come off needy. Okay, that doesn't apply here. All right, that's already been said. Now, dating a Colombian girl, if the girl is interested in you, if she's like sees potential in the relationship, expect to meet the family soon. Expect to be invited over to the family to family's house to eat, right, for food. I think I can't remember exactly, but I think it was like a week or two of us like I think it was like within a week of us saying, okay, we're boyfriend and girlfriend.
They already introduced you.
I'm going to meet the parents.
That's
Why?
Crazy, bro.
Because family here is so important. Family is super important. So getting the almost approval of the family is key. Like it's necessary here versus in the States. You can go forever without meeting the family.
That's true, huh? Yeah.
Because the approval is not really important.
Yeah.
Because the family unit, of course, there's exceptions, but the family unit in the States is not as strong as here.
Right. I would say it's like the premier. I'm thinking in Spanish. The most important value that I've seen. Like family is so important here.
If you're dating a girl and something you have conversation with the mom,
Yeah.
she might even say, you know what, maybe we should break it off. Maybe we shouldn't continue.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Or if you're having a conversation with the family, the most important is the mom and dad, and the next important is the grandparents. Okay, so those two levels, and then of course the going out from there.
It's crazy. So
So let me say, within a week I met the parents. Within a couple of days after that, I met the whole extended family.
Oh yeah.
And literally, it was me being invited to a party of theirs. And just everybody getting a chance to sit down with me and asking me a bunch of questions.
Oh, this is bro, it's like a grilling.
Not in a nice way.
Yeah, right.
But you know they're that's what they're doing, and to get the approval, the exception of the family.
Right. Do you think they were doing it more from like they were curious and they wanted to, or was it more like metiche? See, you taught me that, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I think curious, a lot of curious, and also like who's Nathaly dating, who's this guy, is he a good guy, kind of thing. But it wasn't like over aggressive, like in the States, right? In the States, the whole thing, it's kind of make a joke out of it. You go visit your girlfriend's dad, and the dad's waving with the gun,
fucking shocking.
right? And like trying to scare you.
Right.
No, that's not like it here. No, not at all.
That's awesome. So, damn, I had a question for you, but I think I forgot it. So do you prefer this way over the States?
With that, me and the family.
Yeah. Or just in general, like the whole entire experience dating a Colombian.
Yeah.
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 You think it's just better in general, or it's better because it aligns with your values?
Aligns with my values.
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah. And I think just from my experience in the States, when you date, there's this long list of criteria you have to
Bro,
meet
that's so true.
as a man.
Yeah.
Right? You have to meet this, you have to be so tall, you gotta be so fit. Like first is the physical, right?
Right.
So
and then career, how much money they make.
money, what
Height
you
is
drive.
super important in the States too.
Height, your body build, what kind of job you have, what kind of car you drive, all this stuff,
Bro,
what kind of clothes you wear.
Has to love cats or dogs, shit like that. Yeah. No,
all
I get
this
that.
criteria. And here, I believe the criteria is a lot less. It's who are you? Do we get it? Do we connect?
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Actually, no, I won't say that because I dress pretty shabby sometimes too. But I mean, that's not like the criteria to go out with me.
Right.
She might be like, well, let's get you a shirt on. Let's get you a nice button-up shirt or something.
But that's kind of common here, right? The t-shirt, jeans, and like sneakers, and that's what girls here wear too. It's the same thing, like
Sure.
the shirt, the jeans, and then the sneakers, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
But if I was going out with her and if I was wearing shorts and sandals,
Yeah.
that's a no-go.
You look like, but that just screams gringo,
Right.
Like, and yeah.
I'm not sure if your viewers know that, but here in Colombia, Colombians mostly wear shorts for, I believe, 3 occasions. One, on Sundays, because Sunday is an active day of physical, like doing sports. Another occasion would be going to the pool, and another occasion would be going to the beach.
That's it.
Yeah, it's the culture. What the culture was in this, I believe, the 70s and before, or maybe in the 70s. when men would wear pants. Men wore pants, and children wore shorts.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I heard before coming here, and I thought that was so fascinating. But now, yeah, I only wear shorts when I'm going on runs and stuff. But like leaving the house, I feel like, well, not disrespectful, but I feel like not a loser either. You know, when you're wearing shorts, you can kind of sense that people are like, dude, what is this guy doing? You know.
Well, I asked my girlfriend about that one time, and she said, like, there was a guy walking. It was a grown man wearing shorts and a baseball cap. And I said, Nathaly, what do you see when you see that? What do you think?
Yeah.
And she said, oh, it looks like what did she say? It was like a cartoon character. She told me, like a children's cartoon character walking down the street. Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah. So that's just the thing, man. But today's Sunday. That's why I'm wearing sweats. I'm not sure when this video's gonna be posted, but today's a relaxed day. And actually, on Sundays, when we're in normal times, the city's dead. Like today's pretty dead.
That's true.
But anyways, we're getting off topic of the dating. Let's get back to dating.
That's cool. Yeah.
Not frustrated, but kind of like
burnout or what?
No burnout not at all. Like antsy about. Cause I'm thinking, okay, I got to figure out a different way to make money in the meantime, you know. So I kind of wish I could just stick to this and know that the money's gonna come.
Yeah, I hear that. I think, dude, I'm telling you, like, you're gonna get it in a month, man.
Oh yeah, but even when you get monetized at first, you only make like what, $50 in a month.
Well, they actually only pay you if you make over $100.
Right.
So you gotta even
Yeah, you make like maybe $100, $150 that first payment.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's like 200. It's like for a while, it's gonna be like very little payments.
That's
Who
true.
knows when it's gonna be? You think so?
Well, that's why I like Kelly Stamp so much. I've been following her growth, and just seeing how quickly she's exponentially like grew in a short period of time.
Good though. And
so
she's like,
good, dude.
And I think she's an exception because the norm. I forget. I think I heard the statistic, but people who even get to like 10,000 subs are very few people.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? So
the first 1,000 is the hardest, right? That's what everyone says.
Yeah.
So.
But your style of video is like Kelly Stamp, so you could have the same.
Which is what I'm counting on. I'm really hoping for.
You could have the same, yeah. So, damn.
What is your YouTube channel?
How are you gonna make that into 10 minutes?
Oh, I'm not. I'm probably gonna make it 20 plus.
All right.
Because I did a video on like my honest guide to friendship and dating. It's 20 minutes long, but my watch time on that's pretty good. So I think people like long form videos as well. So I'm just trying to find a balance. Plus, I need to up my watch time, bro. Like my views at like I have 650 subscribers. But my watch time is like less than 1,000 hours, dude, because of the duration of my videos, which is why I'm hoping for that exponential bump, because once that boosts, then I'll get it, you know. But I think some more long forms like this is real good.
Yeah, I think 15 minutes is good.
Yeah, definitely.
Good. My channel is called Life with David. You can find me if you search for me. Life with David, put Medellín.
Yeah.
So Life with David Medellín or Life with David Colombia. My photo will come up. It'll just be me, an ugly photo.
It's so
of me walking around the street.
All your thumbnails are the same. It's just like you mid conversation. It's funny, bro.
That's it. So, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to. So I'm not artistic. I don't have mad editing skills. My channel is more raw and edited, real life.
Yeah.
You want to know Colombia, what it's like day by day? Come check out my channel because you're gonna see it. Real life, no editing.
Without all the sexualization of the women, which I appreciate about your channel, that you don't do that.
Right. So why did I start my channel? So when I've been watching, I love YouTube and I watched YouTube for a long time.
Yeah.
And I was seeing a lot of channels here in Colombia, Medellín, and I would watch them and say, first I would say, I could do that.
Yeah, those videos are trash, bro.
And then I could say, I could do that better. I could have more interesting topics. I could talk about more interesting things that actually I believe would benefit people. And second, a lot of them focus on the women here or the parties, which that is here in Colombia. The women here are beautiful. The party scene is awesome, right? But I thought there's plenty of people who are like me. Like, I'm not into the party scene. I don't go out at night. I don't go clubbing. But I still love Colombia and I still love Medellín.
Yeah.
So let me show the people who might not be into that scene or might want to see a different scene, a different perspective on Medellín, right? So that's one reason why I started the channel. Another reason, I love women. I love looking at women. But let's show other parts of Medellín as well. Let's show the neighborhoods, like, because but a lot of foreigners when they come here, especially on the groups and stuff, and they're asking where to live, it's always Poblado, it's always Laureles, right?
Yeah.
And there's so many other places in Medellin that are super cool.
Right.
Like for instance, Belen, or for instance,
Envigado too.
Envigado, or I went to this place called Floresta.
Isn't that just like a station over?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many different spots in Medellin that no foreigners go to and no YouTubers went to show. And I thought, you know what, I go there all the time. Let me just take a camera with me and show it, and also let me talk about my experience. I've been here for going on 5 years, and let me just tell people my perspective, you know, on what I like about Colombia, and give them as much helpful information that I can think of. You know, it comes out of my mouth.
Yeah.
And and it's surprising because I'm finding I'm building a community, and people are really enjoying it. And
your subscriber base is very dedicated to you as well, like what I've noticed.
Right. And wow, it blows my mind because I think, man, these people are actually wanting to listen to me and go on adventures with me.
Yeah.
And it's super cool, you know. So if you guys like that kind of stuff, like long form vlogging where I'm just walking around and just exploring different parts of Medellin. I'm starting here in Medellin because we're in lockdown where we can't leave the city. But when I first started the channel, my goal was to show Medellin plus Colombia, and then after Colombia, surrounding countries around here. You know, and just do what I'm doing here, but just expand.
Yeah. Right,
and show a different perspective. So, yeah, that's my channel. And the guys who are doing YouTube channels that are focusing on women, hey, that's great, great, wonderful. That's their thing.
Right. And I actually disagree with that. I think it's absolutely disgusting. Like I don't like it.
Well, there's people who are watching them and they're getting views, and I believe in a free world. Like if they're not hurting nobody.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's right though. But like that's a topic for a different day.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, we could actually let's talk about it now. Actually.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you the truth. I believe it's creepy, and I believe it's easy.
Yeah.
Right. Just showing but if that's what the person's doing, and he's not breaking, the people or whoever's doing it is not breaking laws, and but
you think
because YouTube is such a wide thing.
That's true.
There's channels that just show. There's actually a channel that's super popular, and it's a marble competition, racing marbles, and there's people watching it. People are doing it. It's just YouTube is free, like it's open.
Yeah.
Unless like you're breaking laws. And one thing I don't like about it is it could attract the wrong type of people here.
Which it totally does. And I'm not like I'm a hypocrite because I have seen those videos, and when I saw that I'm like, God damn, right? But then that's not the mentality I wanted when coming here, and I feel like especially with our videos, how we show Medellin, people are so surprised because all they see is the hot girls and all that party shit,
Right.
I think my issue is because if you're filming a girl with her consent, that's one thing, but like just filming people's asses without consent really bugs the shit out of me. And I know it gets views because sex sells, but it feels so slimy, and it's just not. I just don't like it. I really don't.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to I started my channel to kind of show, like I said, show a different perspective and show that people who are not focused on that, they want other things.
Yeah.
There are so much other things here in Colombia to be had.
Exactly.
Right, and it's a beautiful country, beautiful culture, beautiful people.
And the women is just like the cherry on top, but there's so many things under. There's a whole cake of beautiful culture here.
It's funny because when people ask me, are you enjoying Colombia? I'm like, my answer is always yes. And they ask me why, because here in Colombians are very proud of their country. They want to know why.
Yeah.
But I always give them the answer. I say, I love the people, I love the culture.
Yeah.
And oftentimes they don't expect that. They think I'm gonna say, the women,
Yeah.
But I say, the women's wonderful. The women are great.
Yeah.
But also the culture, the people, the country, the beautiful mountains that we're surrounded by.
Yeah, man.
So, but about those channels, I don't care. It doesn't bother me, But I can see where people come from. They say that's creepy and stuff, and I don't do that on my channel.
Yeah, exactly. I don't do that. Yeah, right. Yeah. But how do you feel, starting a YouTube channel and seeing your growth now? What has that journey been like? Have you had a lot of doubt? Have you been scared at all, or like, what's that like?
Okay, all right. So it's funny because I started my YouTube channel. All right, so again, I love watching YouTube, and there's some YouTubers out there that I love following, and I love their style. And again, I said to myself, I could do that.
Yeah.
And of course, I take what's it called, inspiration from their style, but I don't copy them. No way. I do my own style, but kind of I got inspiration from them. So that I was watching it, and I was like, I could do that. And then seeing the YouTubers here, and like, I can do better. You know, I can show a better perspective or a different perspective. I said, you know what, I'm gonna give it a shot. And then the quarantine happened.
Yeah.
And then I got locked up. We got locked up, strict quarantine here in Colombia. We couldn't even leave the house at all, like maybe once a week, but only one family member in the household could leave. And I chose to go stay at my girlfriend's family at that time, that first month and a half. So the one family member that left was the dad. So I literally was a month and a half, or maybe even 2 months in a house, can't leave. And I already made the decision before the quarantine happened, I want to do a YouTube channel. Yeah. I'm going to give it a shot. And me, my personality is, if I decide to do something, I got to do it.
I'm the same way, bro.
I have to do it. I can't just sit on it. I just got to go. So literally before the quarantine happened, I already bought my camera. I went to the mall and I never owned a camera before. Yeah. Bought my camera. And then the quarantine happened. I got locked up in the house with my girlfriend's family. And since I decided to do a YouTube channel, I was like, I'm going to do it. I don't care. So what did I do? I went on their balcony, literally set up my camera there, and just did like talking head videos.
Yeah, exactly. While
her parents were kind of like looking at me like I was crazy, because here in Colombia, especially like traditional families, you say, you're gonna be in YouTube? What? It doesn't make sense. Why are you doing that? You know,
which is crazy, because the Latin audience on YouTube is humongous, bro. There's a lot of people, and there's a lot of very famous Latin YouTubers, and their engagement and their following is ridiculous, you know.
But they already made it.
That's true.
So they already accepted. So like, for example, when I explained to my girlfriend's family about my idea, that now that I'm kind of making it, then you know, they'll be like, oh, it's kind of like what's it called? The famous channel of a Colombian guy. I forget his name.
Luis something or no?
Yeah, like that. Luis something.
I know he comes up on my feed all the time.
Alan something. There's another guy. Oh, like him. He kind of does what David's doing. Oh, okay, that makes sense now. But now that I'm kind of going, but when I first started sitting on the balcony and filming myself and talking to the camera, I saw my peripheral vision. I saw them kind of laughing at me.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell are you doing? You know.
Hey, but I think this any creative venture, anything entrepreneurial, nobody's gonna see your vision until you. Okay. In the beginning, there's nobody that supports you, but then there's everybody giving you the congratulations afterwards, right? They're like, "Oh, I knew you could do it all along. I saw it," and you're just like, "Shut up, dude!" Like, you just have to build it first, and I think this is important because you have to give people a reason to believe in you, you know. And then once they see your body of work and they see you're growing, they're like, "Oh wow, okay, now we get it."
So when I made the decision to go on YouTube, I said to myself, I'm gonna give it 6 months, I'm gonna go hardcore. You know, and I thought, and I did the research about YouTube and that kind of stuff, and my theory behind it was, if I can put enough videos out there, okay, and my thumbnail would pop up enough, even like I said before, look at my channel, you're gonna see my thumbnails, they're ugly, horrible. Wes's thumbnails are way better than mine. All right, but my thought was, my picture's gonna pop up on the little scrolling thing enough times that people are gonna get curious and like, who the hell is this guy? You know, walking around the street. They're gonna click in. They're gonna listen a little bit to me. Hopefully, the ones who click that connect with me will stay, and the ones who don't will go. But if I keep it consistent, if I keep it going, it'll work out. And guess what? I went from the balcony of my girlfriend's family's balcony being laughed at to now I'm making vlogs that people are liking, you know, and people
are paying you for,
I'm getting feedback on the comments that, wow, David, you're doing a great job. You're showing us places in Medellín that we never even heard about, you know.
And it's cool because you've carved a little niche for yourself, which I think is really awesome, you know.
And people are saying, you know, other things that just blow my mind, and you almost get the what's it called, the imposter syndrome.
Yes, bro. Yeah. I 100% agree.
Yeah, the imposter syndrome is real. It's real. But then you have to, and there's ups and downs. There's that moments where I'm thinking, wow, I'm going great. I read a comment, I get, you know, encouragement, and then the next day I'm thinking, man, you know, is it going to work out? You know, it's just up and down of everything. But yeah, I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, and it's happened within 2 months now.
Yeah, so I've seen your growth, bro. You went from like 360 like a month ago. and then you've doubled everything, and your view counts too. Just, I think you were at like 22 grand, 22,000 like a month ago, but now you're at like 47, 48, something close to that, bro.
I think so.
It's amazing, yeah. Because my channel right now is only at like 21, but then it's doubled in the last month because a month ago it was at 10. So like, yeah, but yours is just, I love that, man.
Yeah, man, it's surprising. And I think another thing about YouTube is there's billions of billions, there's so many people watching, right? And you just gotta find your people. You just gotta find the people who connect with you. It's almost like, you know, you go into a room and there's gonna be a certain percentage of the people in the room that automatically connect with you and like you.
Yeah.
Another certain percentage is like, whatever, ignored. Another certain percentage is gonna hate you for no reason.
Exactly.
So you just gotta find those people that connect and love you. And there's so many people out there. You just need a small percentage.
Right.
You know, of those people.
It's funny you say that because I've been trying to figure out a way to deal with the hate that I receive. But then I'm just like, yo, if I was in a room with 10 people, 100 people, and there was 2 people that didn't like me, I would not give a fuck. Like, it's like, okay, you can hate me for whatever reason you don't like my perspective. If we're in a room and it's just 2 people, it's like who cares? But then online, because there's no face, you see that number, it stings a little more, you know?
Right. Okay, so I've been in sales for almost all my life.
Yeah.
So I'm used to rejection. I'm used to being cussed at and all kind of stuff. So I think my skin's a little thick because of that. And how do I handle haters? I just don't even let me bother me. Now, if they're like excessive or whatever, if especially if they're attacking another person on my channel, I'll just delete their comment.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
you have control, man. You can do what you want on your channel.
Yeah. So, but letting it get to me, no, not at all. And also, I understand that. I think I've gotten to. I mean, maybe when I was younger, it might affect me more. But I've gotten to the age to know that this guy doesn't know me. I mean, he sees me on video, but he's not here in person.
Exactly.
And most likely in person, he wouldn't say what he's saying to me.
Absolutely, bro. Yeah.
You know, so I just kind of brush it off.
Yeah, I feel that, bro.
But who knows? They say after 10,000, that's when the real trolls come out.
Hey, but at that point, you're gonna be making money. Who gives a shit? You know, that's the way I see it. It's like it hurts now because we're not making money from it yet. But once we do, it's like, all right, you can hate on me, but here are my dollar bills. You know, just crying with this, and just the satisfaction of knowing that something you created is monetized. Because I get the same feeling for my music. It's so powerful. You know, you just feel like invincible because it's like all these people are hating, but nobody's creating, you know? And all these people that are hating on you, you're just doing what they wish they could do, you know?
Right.
And yeah.
Another thing I heard someone say was stop consuming so much and start creating.
Yeah.
You know, and I heard that, I was like, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
You know, because I do consume a lot, but let me try to create some, you know?
Right. Everybody, and I think everybody can do it, but not everybody can do it well just because not everybody works hard. Because your work ethic is crazy. You put like 75 videos in 3 months, bro. That's right. And people are just not good, or people don't have a personality, you know? And there's a lot of formulas to it, but I think my battery's about to die, so. Damn, look at that stud, bro. Hey man, thanks for the conversation, dude.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Good.
Yeah, we gotta do. Right now it's the elbow tap.
Yeah, bro, that's so common. Or like
man.
even the fist bump is real weird, huh?
It's kind of risky because I might wipe my face like this.
Oh man.
Elbow tap.
Alright, bro, catch you later. See ya.
care.
Yeah, bye.